Well, I'm going to talk during some minutes about the use of robots, the platform, the robotic platforms in our operation rooms, and it is quite interesting because the advancement of the technology is really fast. And I'd like to invite you all to share with me this fantastic journey. Well, let's start. We have behind us a long way, which started around 30 years ago with the releasement of the endoscopic surgery approach. So we had a lot of technologies and approaches that arisen around the endoscopic surgery approach as the single port or less laparoscopic single site surgery, mini laparoscopy or nidoscopy, as you can call the nodes, and more recently, the use of the augmented reality, the virtual reality, the robotic surgery, and the next step, the nanosurgery, or with the use of the milli robots. All of them are seeking to reach the art of invisibility, causing less physiological and immunological consequences to our patients. Sorry. Well, the term robot came from the Czech robota, which means labor, and it was named for the first time by Josef Capek just 1 century ago. We can concentrate robots as machines that can be programmed to perform a specified set of simple or complex tasks with or without the human assistance. In 1985, we watched the first use in patients of this new technology. The name of the platform was Puma, and it was used for brain biopsies. In 1992, we had the releasing of the Robodoc. It was consisted of a robotic arm and used in orthopedic surgeries. Continuing, 1994, we had the releasing of the ISO from the company Computer Motion. It was endorsed by the DARPA program. DARPA program was a military program from the United States government, and the main goal was to treat the soldiers immediately inside the war field without the need of the surgeon present in the place, using remote surgery and, of course, robotic platforms. The ASOP used an optics voice control, and after that, a system was added, allowing the control of the operation room, and they call that the ERMS, that allow it to control the lights in the wire, the cautery, and so on, the environment. In 1998, we could enjoy the releasing of the Zeus, a new platform. The company just picked up the ISOP and added 3 independent arms adapted. So we had, by that time, the first robotic platform as we can know nowadays. Just, sorry, I'm a little bit rushed because we have limited time and a lot of information to transmit. In 2001, we could watch a landmark, the Operation Lindbergh. It was the first remote surgery performed by Professor Jacques Marescot from France. It was a lab colleague. Professor Maresco was in his operation station in New York, and the patient was in Strasbourg, France. This is the ISOP with its unique robotic arm, where we could assemble an endoscope, and with the Zeus, when three more arms were added to the first prototype. In 1995 was founded the Intuitive, just a minute, the Intuitive Surgical Company from California, United States. And in this year was released its first prototype, the Lenny. In 1997, with the next prototype, the Mona, it was performed the first human trials. In 1998, finally was released the Da Vinci robotic platform, the most well-known robotic platform in the world nowadays. And it was approved by FDA in the year of 2000. In 2003, Intuitive Surgical bought the Computer Motion, and they become the same company. Just a minute, I think you have some problem here with the presentation. Okay. So it was begun the Da Vinci era. You know, all of us know the Da Vinci platform. It consists of three components: the patient car, surgeon console, and the image system. In 2002, the company released a version with 4 arms. In 2006, the Da Vinci S with the 3D high-definition camera vision. In 2009, the Da Vinci SI with better image and the possibility to perform single-port access surgeries. And 2014, the Da Vinci XI with a lot of improvements. This is the Da Vinci as we work nowadays. All of us can, just observing this image, take a look and to assume that is quite big. It's a little bit difficult to act, to move the platform inside the operation room. And in this platform, as we can observe here, the surgeon has a completely immersive experience. So the contact, the interface between the surgeon and the surgical staff, the patient is a little bit complicated, and we are going to observe that the new platforms are changing these expectations very fast. This is once more the Da Vinci with the 4 arms. One of them is dedicated just for the endoscope, and we have some problems here. One of them that to change the instruments, we have to take a moderate time. We have to spend time for it, and the instruments are specific for the robotic use, so they are very expensive. This is me in the Da Vinci platform, just to observe some details with the pedals. With the the right foot, we use to control the thermic, the electric energy, the coagulation with the right pedals, and with the left, another kind of energy. If the blue ones are for the monopolar cautery, and the yellow one for the bipolar. With the left foot, we use to control the optics, to move the endoscope along with the manual controls, and also to control eventually a third instrument, usually a retractor. This is the shape of the console. And as we can see, the surgeon becomes all immersive inside that platform, isolated practically from the rest, from the staff and the rest of the OR. So this is our vision. It's a 3D, very nice vision, but lacks an haptic feeling that we are going to discuss a little bit later. In 2017, we could counted 2,800 Da Vinci units in the American hospitals and 3,471 worldwide. 3 years later, in 2020, we already could found 5,700 Da Vinci units worldwide, and for sure in this year, plenty more. In the last year, we could counted 5 million surgeries performed by the Da Vinci platform, whose patents are now expiring, and it's very nice for us because we are going to see here a big flow of new platforms and new technologies that are coming, and we hope cheaper to us. The advantage, not just about the Da Vinci platform, but in terms of the robotic platforms, are the 3D vision, the visual magnification, the high precision, tremor suppression, the ergonomy, that it's quite important for us too, and the possibility quite soon to popularize, to spread the remote surgery, especially with the advent of the upcoming 5G web, and the use of the artificial intelligence, the augmented intelligence, augmented reality, the image guiding, and so many technology that we can mix with these platforms. The main troubles with Da Vinci are it is quite expensive. It has a big size, as you can see in the picture, which demands a dedicated operation room, special installation. It's difficult to move. It's difficult to do the docking. Docking is the approach of the platform in the surgical table in the patient. The limited ability to switch instruments, as we could saw, and it lacks haptic feedback. Haptic feedback is the sense of touch for the surgeon. So way you can feel in the different way in the texture that between you make a suture in the stomach than in the liver, as an example. So the Da Vinci has no such a capacity, such a skill, but the new ones have. About the new platforms that are coming, all of them are looking for to reduce costs. It's quite important to reduce the size of the platform. We are going to see here, all of them are running for the miniaturization, including here the use of the laparoscopic single-site surgery, the single-port surgery, the nodes, the surgery by natural orifices, and so on, to improve the movement, making them more flexible, the haptic feedback, as we talked, the biometric integration, or to use eye tracking cameras, head tracking, so to use which we can call open console. So the surgeons are going to have a more interactive and natural experience. If you are going to control the optics just with the movement of your head, of your eyes, and you're not going to stay more in a totally different environment as in the platform that we have here by now available in DaVinci. Also, the integration between medicine and computer technique, virtual reality, augmented reality, and so on. And in the next future, the robots are going to learn by self-learning, and they are going to reproduce surgical steps, at least in the beginning, the basic ones. And of course, we are going to have a supervising role on it. And in the very future, we believe we are going to have the remote surgery spread by the world, and in the next future, the space surgery with the travels of the human to the space. In this figure, you can see the some of the new platforms. The vast majority of them, they are arriving for us, especially in the next year. I'm going to focus on this presentation just in those platforms that help us to perform intra-abdominal procedures. I'm not going to talk about the other ones that are going to focus in neurologic surgery, in orthopedic surgery, in vascular surgery, and so on. So let's talk a little bit about the main ones that are coming. One of them is the Ascensus from Senhan Surgical System from Transenteric Company. Which are the main difference between it and the DaVinci? So this platform has 4 individual manipulator arms, each one with its own card. So it's the size is less, or you have more space, and is a smaller platform. It's easier to manipulate, and if you need, it depends on the size of your surgery. If you need just 2 arms, you can put 2 arms. 3 arms is the same. 4 arms, you can include another one. We have in this platform, it's a great difference between the DaVinci and these new ones. We have the haptic feedback, the feeling of touch, and the camera control is controlled by eye movements. But it is still expensive, and it has still a large size, as you can see in this picture. I'm going to try to show a small video just to show you how it works. Okay. So we can see it's a lighter platform, and with the open console. Let's diminish the video. It's an open console. The movements of the surgeon are more natural and light, including the control of the optics with eye movements. I will go on because we have plenty more. The next one is the Virtuals robot from UK. The difference with compared to the last one, this one is smaller, lightweight, and portable, and it's cheaper. We don't know exactly the price yet, but it's going to be cheaper compared to the first one. And you can see here, just watch it, and you can see, and you can put in your brain the great difference between the DaVinci and the big size and these new platforms, easier to control, easier to work. A little bit more, you can see here, and you can once more see here how different the new platforms are going to be and how practical they are going to be to us. Imagine if you have not a big surgery, you can use two or even to add one more arm and even one more. So it's very you have the mobility in your hands, and you can observe all of them. Will bring to the surgeon the open console, as you can see here, so you can interact more. You can use your natural movements. You can actually to watch and to control the movements just with the movement of your head, which makes the surgery more suitable for us, and the learning of it easier to us, causing a lesser learning curve. It's quite interesting, and it's truly really a revolution. Let's go on in our journal. The Johnson & Johnson company, along with the Alphabet Life Science company from a Google company, is going to release in next year the Ottava. Ottava is a musical note, Italian word. It's going to be a 6 arms flexible platform, a little big compared to the other ones, but it's going to be integrated in the operation table from Johnson & Johnson. Don't know the price yet. Medtronic are going to release next year the Hugo. It's it's a very interesting platform because it has some interesting features as the modularity. So the arms and other parts are modular. You can start just buying two parts, and then you can add another one and another one. So it's going to be cheaper. It could be we could perform hybrid procedure. So the laparoscopic surgeries along some robotic arm, which is quite interesting. The universe use is fantastic because the tower, the visualization system, the endoscope, and so on could be used both for both laparoscopic regular surgeries and robotic surgery. So we could use the regular laparoscopic instruments in the robotic platform. Imagine the economy, how much we are going to save in terms of expenses, of money, which is quite important to spread fast these new technologies. It's as I've talked, it's upgradable, and once again with the open console, that is the great trend. This is the platform, so we can add each arm as you need it. Another one is the Miro robot from Germany, and the differential of it at that platform is now the smallest multi-port robotic surgery system. And as you can see, we are inevitable going on to the miniaturization of all the procedures. Now imagine this platform compared to the Da Vinci. So this is not just the future, but it is the present from now on. It will be available for us in the next year maximum. Another one, just to quote, is the Bitrack from Spain, and we expected also smaller cost compared to the first one. This one, the Revo, is from South Korea, but it has a big size with the same limitations than the Da Vinci. I'm so sorry because I'm a little bit passing fast because of the time. Greetings, congratulations for you all, for your country, because India has also a robotic platform that is going to be released for the world quite soon. the name is Mantra, and it's from SSI Innovation, an Indian company. As you can see in these pictures, it also has individual arms, so you can add it according to your need on the surgeries, and we hope that the cost won't be high for us. High. Another one is the Telelab from Italy. The tools are attached by magnet, so it's easier to change, but it's a little big compared to the last ones. Well, let's move on for the single port surgery robotic platforms. The single port or less, the aims of this approach, the main ones were to improve cosmesis, to decrease the postoperative herniations, reducing recovery time, pain, blood loss, and cost. I had the opportunity to work with this approach. I was one of the first surgeons in the world to develop a platform for it 15 years ago. And since the beginning, we could notice that the main problem was the collision, not just inside the abdominal cavity, but outside too. In order to try to decrease this problem, we and the industry released articulated instruments, flexible instruments, curved instruments, and by the time all the big companies around the world released their own platform. The platform I helped to develop was the green one, the single trocar access by a Brazilian company. We can see here the different shapes of instrument that the industry put it on the market, and this is the first experience in the Sweden model with this quite primitive prototype in 2006. We released a lot of papers as well as the first multi-center study about the single port surgery. And by now, we have the opportunity and the dream to realize how fantastic are the new platform as this one that is incorporated inside the Da Vinci platform. The difference is absurd. So here we can treat totally flexible working channels and totally flexible endoscope, and imagine that we can perform so many surgeries inside the human body just with a single 2.5 centimeters incision in the abdominal wall. So this is the present, not just the future. We have already this opportunity. We have already not so many spread it because of the price, but in some time we are going to have the opportunity to do this operations, and especially to offer it to our populations. Another one is the single port orifice robotic technology from Titan company Canada. Is the same principle. This is the platform, and with the one single arm using the same principle than the last that I've showed for you. Let's see some seconds of the presentation. As you can see, the principle is the same. Let's go on a little bit more. Just a minute. The development and the principle here is quite the same. Again, another one, the Surgibolt, which we can call the Spider, uses also a single arm mobile cart. The principle are truly the same, but it's cheaper than the anterior one. So again, it's a revolution that is becoming true more and more. Another one, it's a more simple one, which with just one arm, easy to assemble in the OR, is from the company, the Virtual Incision. It's not a prototype, it's ready to enter in the commercial market. We have including one, the MEMIC, already approved from FDA. It's specialized in transvaginal surgery. And I think this one is really amazing. It seems a small creature, the Vicarios. It's entering already in the market, enter here in Brazil also. The little creature coating just is imitating the movement of the surgeon. If the surgeon moves its head for a side, just a minute, the platform is going to imitate him. Imagine this one in some time from now, miniaturize it inside the cavities of the human body, performing surgeries, performing procedures, and increasing the lives and making the recovery time faster in our patients. It's really, really absolutely fantastic. Let me go a little bit further. It's the shape is incredible. It seems it came from a movie, a scientific fiction movie. As you can observe here, if the patient turn his head, the head of the real creature turn to. It's really amazing. And once more, it's not a prototype. It's already entering in our market and in our operation rooms. Let's go on because of the time. A few words about the new platform, the endoscopic and nodes robotic platforms. We know that the first node surgery, the transluminal cholecystectomy transgastric, was performed once more by Professor Maresco in 2007. A lot of surgeries were performed using that approach, including big ones as the transanal hepatocytoidectomy from my friend Professor Zohon from Brazil, but he is actually working in Germany. And this approach practically stopped for so many times, because we had a lot of troubles to solve. The main of them was how to approach a sterilized cavity as the abdominal cavity coming from a contaminated site as the mount, the transanal procedures, and so on, and how to close properly the stomach, the bowel, and to avoid leakage later. So we are now advancing in this approach, and we have some particular devices as this colonoscope, a self-propelling colonoscope that is capable to follow the loops of the colon, avoiding excessive stretching and so on. There's another one uses a computer-aided mapping system to trace the lumen of the colon in real time with 90% less pain and so on. So we are we are moving very fast also in this area. There's another platform from Med Robots has the goal to create a surgical room within the abdomen of a patient. So we have a robotic platform controlled in a surgical console, enter in the natural orifice and do your job. Imagine it in some years, miniaturize it. Imagine we can do inside our patient. This is the true surgery without any scars. Another one from Japan with the same goal and the same aim, and from freehand UK has the same principle too. So we have a lot of new machines, a new help entering the market for us. Just to quote, almost finishing, we had that company that is specialized in micro instrument, 3 millimeters instruments. The first prototype, the first model is for the open surgery, but all of us could imagine in some years we can use this micro instrument inside the patients. Some last words about the next step, the micro robots, the use of nanotechnology in our routine. So once more, we can observe here the fiction becoming reality. This is the movie Fantastic Voyage from 1966, where we could observe by the imagination a ship traveling inside the human body, inside our arteries and veins, and fixing diseases, fixing defects inside our body, and that is why what we are going to start seeing from now on in our stage of civilization. It's really fantastic. We have already available nowadays some capsule, the robotic capsules, but in this stage of development, this capsule, we cannot control the movement of this capsule. They are just advancing by our natural peristaltics. But in very few time, small time, sorry, we are going to see capsule that we can control the movement. They are going to perform small surgeries, biopsies, cauterizations, and so on. So we are calling the miniaturized endoscopes. They are going to perform diagnostic procedures, targeted drug delivery, surgical applications, and this kind of robots with the millimeter scale we can call the millibolts. These millibolts have 4 key characteristics: the containing propulsion, so we can control the movement using the electromagnetic fields, chemical reactions, and so on. Miniaturized functionality, accurate telemanipulation, consistent visualization. And it's already a reality. So we can prototypes already in several companies, a very, very small ones, even with less than 1 millimeter. It's a very fast example. This is an artificial product that the scientists built, and they can make it moves by the chemical reactions, by electromagnetic energy, and so on. Imagine that in some years inside our body, fixing problems. It's not just a fiction. It is actually present. This is our dream, and we think we won't take so many time to do that, because the science is, thanks God, moving quite fast. So the robots, the technology is not our enemy. It is our friend to improve our profession and to give better conditions to our patients' lives in the very nice manner. Just to finalize, and thank you for your patience, I'd like to invite you all to join to our High-Tech Surgery Association. Just a few words. We released our association in 2016 officially in Germany. The aims are to make conditions to all of us in the four corners of the world to take contact and to use these new technologies and to advance in your surgical art as fast as we can. We have around 9,000 members in 108 countries around the world. We are present in the Facebook. I'd like to invite you all to enter in our group, in the Instagram, and we are performing presential courses with a little stop because of the pandemic. We are going to release our endoscopic surgery web course we are about to release it. We are releasing very fast HTC training centers around the world, and I really wish and hope that you could open one in India, in your country, as soon as possible. It's going to be a great honor. We are about to release our academic journal, the High-Tech Surgery Journal, and I'd like once more to invite you all to enter to become an official member, accessing our official website in the membership area. Please spread this news. The official members are going to earn a lot of advantages, as we can saw, and as the quite interesting free fellowship with outstanding professors around the world. Please enter. I'd like to once more, at first, to ask for apologies because of the time, but I'd like to thank you all, to thank you, Professor Narenda, and the chairman. And it was a great opportunity to communicate myself with the great country of India. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Professor Skinowski. It was really mesmerizing to watch the presentation. So, how do you feel, Krishna?
Really, me not being a surgeon, I felt as if I am in a robotic world.
Yes.
Really. Thank you, Dr. Gates.
Well, of course.
Really, with the rapidity with which the technology, the advancing technology is now incorporated in surgical practice, the option for the surgeons as well as the patient is now immensely wide. So it's now up to the budding surgeons whether you want to take up these futuristic surgical procedures, and definitely what is today, the future is very close. So definitely after this talk, many of our postgraduate students will be interested to take up this fellowship program under Professor Skinowski. Now, I'd like to request our Honorable Principal Sir, Professor R.K. Talukdar, to kindly offer the vote of thanks to the speakers.
Professor James, kindly.
I don't know if are you seeing my image?
Yes.
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 Not. Let me try just to.
You can stop sharing,
Yes.
Professor.
That's nice, sir.
So, okay, it's a little bit small. Let me try to put in the. Well, I can see you a little bit small, but okay. Okay.
Thank you, Professor James Skinowski.